Hi everyone, and welcome to the next episode of Deliberate Debating. In this video, we're going to be having a look at the second speaker roles. This will be the second speaker role for both the affirmative and the negative teams. We'll be having a look at what they should say and the order in which they should say it. Okay, so some general information on the second speaker. The second speaker will be using the team line. They will also know their part of the team split. If you're not sure what the team line or the team split means, don't worry, we'll be going through that in the video. You can also prepare your main arguments, and you will need to rebut the opposing team. Now, this is something that you can't prepare for, but it is something that you can foresee and research beforehand. Okay, outline of the speech. So the first thing that the second speaker should be doing is to redefine the definition. Now, this is something that you only do if it's needed in your specific debate. We'll go into the details of that in a moment. You then need to rebut and then present the main arguments that you've prepared before the debate. Okay, step 1, redefining the definition. So, what you need to stop and think about is the definitions that have been discussed so far in the debate. Stop and think about whether it's worthwhile to redefine it again. It's no point splitting hairs at this point in the debate, so stop and think about whether your definition is the better alternative and whether going with the definitions held before will be extremely detrimental to your debate. So if you decide that it is detrimental to your side's debate, it's important that you focus on the definition as a whole rather than as individual words. Your aim is really to clear up any problems, not to add to them. So let's have a look at an example. Before I present my arguments and rebuttals, I will be contending once more the definition of this debate. Our opposition proposed that the technology harming our relationships should be defined as technology simply having a negative impact in some way, shape, or form, no matter how small. We contend that this definition is inaccurate and that in its place we should define the topic as technology having a greater negative impact on relationships than positive ones. This definition is far more reasonable as it allows for the debate to consider the positives and negatives of technology. Step number 2, rebuttal. So, a rebuttal is when you attack the arguments made by the opposing team. Your job is to use evidence, logic, and reason to prove why the opposition arguments are completely incorrect. You can do this by preparing for these rebuttals before the debate or making them up on the spot if you're able to. It is important during the rebuttal that you remain professional, okay? This is just a debate, it isn't something personal. Plan for the rebuttal to be about 1/3 of your speech. Now, the times of debates vary between countries and they vary between year levels. So make sure that you know how long you're expected to be rebutting for, but as the second speaker, it is around 1/3 of your speech. The second negative speaker can also rebut the second affirmative's rebuttals, okay? So the rebuttals can go back and forth between the teams. Here's an example of a short rebuttal. The first speaker of the opposition contended that children are spending too much time with technology. Whilst our team does not doubt that children do spend a larger amount of time with technology than their parents did, we argue that this is a logical development as technology has advanced to improve and enhance the lives of children. Simply spending time with technology does not prove it is harmful. In fact, technology can improve lives. In one study, children aged 4 to 5 used the Emergent Literacy Assessment app and improved their test results to 80%. Another study. So, the last thing that the second speaker needs to do is to present their main arguments. Now, this is essentially your part of the team split. I've gone through what the team split is in the first couple of videos in this series, so please have a look back at that if you're not sure. Basically, you need to work very closely with the first speaker to know what the team split is and divide up the ideas. Please research your main arguments before the debate and practice because practice in debating does make perfect. It can be helpful to use Teal as a guide when you're presenting and speaking your main arguments. Refer back to the team line as often as you can. It's there for you to use, so use it as much as possible. Remember manner, matter, and method when organising and structuring your ideas. Really, this step is the main crux of the debate. This is what you know, this is what you have prepared. And here is an example of presenting the main argument. Social media. is, beyond a doubt, a linchpin in modern technology and communications. Worldwide, there are 1.86 billion monthly active users of Facebook and 100 million daily Twitter users. These people are spending time connecting, communicating, and enhancing their lives. With the push of a button, we can talk to a friend in New York, see photos of our cousin's newborn baby, and connect with potential employers. The PEW Research Centre found that 43% of internet users are more likely to be trusting of others. More amazing was that they discovered that instead of the average 2 people that non-internet users confided in, social media users shared intimate details of their lives with 9 people. Technology actually encouraged these relationships to advance. Okay, some final advice. The first bit of final advice is to know your content and practice. Communicate with your first speaker and organise the team split early on. This means that you will both know what each other are going to be arguing and you can help each other out along the way. Prepare for the rebuttals. Put yourself in the other team's shoes. What do you think you would be arguing if you were on their side? Prepare for these rebuttals and try to research even some of the evidence they might be using and prove that evidence wrong. Keep editing and keep improving your arguments and evidence. The more you work on that, the fewer rebuttals the other team will actually manage to succeed with, okay? Avoid using full sentences on cue cards. Instead, include only the key information like statistics, names, or other crucial facts that you just don't want to get wrong. Other than that, enjoy debating.